We're getting new insight into the international manhunt for the killer of a popular college student. Haley Anderson disappeared from her off-campus New York apartment in 2018. Her roommates discovered she was murdered after using the Find My Friends app to look for her. In this week's 48 Hours, CBS News contributor Maria Elena Salinas shows us what investigators have uncovered.
When Binghamton University nursing student Haley Anderson first disappeared from her off-campus apartment in March 2018, her close friend and roommate, Josie Arton, says she wasn't alarmed.
I didn't think, oh, something terrible has happened because, Haley's a big girl.
But the next day, Josie became extremely concerned, especially when another roommate used the app Find My Friends to track Haley's phone to the apartment of fellow nursing student Orlando Tercero. Tell me about Orlando.
Orlando is charismatic.
Orlando's close friend, Jesse Bua, knew how much Orlando liked Haley.
The first thing I thought was maybe they had eloped.
But Josie didn't trust Orlando and went to his apartment in search of her friend. When no one answered the door, she climbed through a window and found Haley.
I didn't know for sure that she was dead at the time. She just was so pale,
Haley had been strangled to death, and Orlando Tercero was gone. So this is a house that Orlando lived in?
That is correct.
Binghamton Police Lieutenant Corey Minor led the investigation into Haley's death and Orlando's disappearance.
There's several different cameras on the house. The camera on the front of the house shows Miss Anderson and Mr. Tercero walking into the residence on March 8th.
Hours later, Orlando could be seen leaving the apartment alone, suitcase in hand. Born in Miami and raised in Nicaragua, the dual citizen drove to New York's JFK airport and left the country. Who picked him up at the airport in Nicaragua?
To this day, I don't know.
Binghamton's former district attorney, Stephen Cornwell.
When I learned he was in Nicaragua before we could get to him, the first thing I thought was, no way, he got away with murder.
Maria Elena Salinas joins us now. Maria Elena, good morning. So Orlando is a dual citizen. He leaves the United States for Nicaragua. What happens at that point?
Well, he goes to Nicaragua. No one knows really for why, if he was running away or if he attempted to commit suicide and wanted to be with his family when that happened. But he did get arrested a few days later, even though there was not an official order for his arrest in Nicaragua and the U.S. authorities had not requested that arrest. It seems like the extensive media coverage is what prompted the Nicaraguan authorities to arrest him there.
And did the Nicaraguan authorities cooperate with U.S. authorities, and did U.S. authorities try to extradite Orlando?
Yes, and I think that that's one of the most fascinating parts of this story, the cooperation that existed between the U.S. authorities and the Nicaraguan authorities. They did charge him, they finally charged him with a crime called femicide, which is described as a crime when a man kills a woman whom he had a relationship with. So there was cooperation, there was a trial that was done via teleconferencing, and the outcome of this trial you will see tomorrow.